back to the channel WorryWart Gaming. Like, subscribe. A couple of PlayStation positive videos and we lost a subscriber. We're gonna weed out the Nancy boys here and build a community of strong men. Anyway, today's video is about exclusives. So Sonic Colors Ultimate is coming out, and when I saw it, I thought instantly of Sega. Now I know Sega went the way of the dodo, but when I look at a Sonic game, knowing that I'm going to play it on a PlayStation or an Xbox or a Nintendo, it's strange to me because I grew up in the era when Sonic was a brand identifier for Sega hardware, much in the same way that Mario is for Nintendo. And the need to have something exclusive, something that identified Sega because of Nintendo's success, is what drove Sega to create Sonic the Hedgehog. So when I played Sonic, when a new Sonic was coming out, you had the expectation not only of the game being good, but you had the expectation of it being great, because it wasn't just another game coming out in a sea of third-party games. It wasn't just another platformer coming out in a sea of platformers. It was Sega's own mascot. It not only had to be a good game, but it had to stand for the company. That's what exclusives do, and that's why I still like them to this day. So I started to think about the whole idea of exclusives. I know a lot of people seem to think, and curiously enough, there's only one group right now that thinks that exclusives aren't great, but I'm sure once those exclusives start coming out, they're going to love them. But I do think that there's something to be said for exclusives beyond just the fact that, hey, you have to buy a piece of hardware to play them on. They sort of are icons for that brand. You know what I mean? It's not just a game. You know that it has to be great because it's going to have to sell hardware. It's going to have to identify the entire brand to the entire audience. And I like that. When I buy a Ratchet and Clank game, it's not just another platformer. I know that Sony's going to put a lot of quality into each and every title simply because it stands for the brand PlayStation. Much in the same way that I have an expectation for Halo. I know Halo is on PC. If you're a console gamer, games going to PC do not matter to you. If they're on a console and they're not on another console, it's an exclusive for that system. That's how I've always been. The original Gears of War, Gears of War 2, those were always Xbox 360 games, simply because they were on the Xbox. They were also on PC. There was a time I didn't even know they were on PC. They were Xbox console games. That's how most people operate. So I do think there's something to be said for exclusives and the idea that they're going to be great because they represent a brand and they represent a box and a company to the consumer. So I think if you look at Sonic Forces and this Sonic Colors Ultimate, it kind of proves the point. Now, if you're a Sonic fan, this is exciting, but it's lost something in not identifying with Sega hardware. It really has. It doesn't have that same huge launch. It doesn't have that same huge expectation. All the pomp and circumstance around the release, the advertising, the big build-up, it's just not there anymore because it's just another platformer, even though it's probably going to be a very good one. So I do think exclusives are important. I like the expectation associated with them, and I like the excitement associated with them. Of course, in Sonic's case, it could just be me missing those great old Sega days with the Master System and the Genesis. But either way, I do think the expectation is high for exclusives, and I think for the most part, each console has met those expectations when it comes to their big marquee titles, and I don't want to see that go away. Let me know what you think in the comment section below about this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.